What is going down, 49er faithful? It is Victory Monday after the San Francisco 49ers shutout the New Orleans Saints. We said, get out of here, kick rocks. Thank you for coming all the way to the West Coast, but goodbye. We are not allowing you to score any points. We have a lot to talk about. There's obviously been a lot of conversations that have been had this morning and this afternoon after the game. We're going to talk about it all. And of course, the drama that is now leading up to the Dolphins game. Let's smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is going down, Sourdough Squad? You already know the vibes. Drop those SDSs in the chat. Light it up with those bread emojis. The Sourdough Squad is feasting after this wonderful Thanksgiving week. I hope you have your bellies full of plenty of leftovers. I know I've had like 7 straight turkey sandwiches. It's been phenomenal. It's great time. So I'm enjoying myself, as you can see. But really looking forward to discuss this Victory Monday. And again, shout out to all the SDS. We see the homies. We got day 2 homies in here. We got day 1 homies. We got the new homies. You'll love to see it. Shout out JC. Good to see you, my boy. It's been a while, my day 2 boy. Good stuff. Shout out all the people. We got the man who named the SDS himself in the building. Shout out Joshua. We got Chili, leader of the is it Discord? That Discord, that's what it is. I got it. Shout out to all the homies. Hey, I know we're happy, right? We're happy with the victory. I believe we are. We should be. You know, there's always things to critique. Football games aren't going to be perfect, especially when we're watching the San Francisco 49ers. Not always going to be perfect, but the 49ers come out of that game with a win. They are now 7-4 on the year. There was a point, again, in this season where the 49ers started and it didn't look great. You know, we were back just like 2021. It's like what, 3-5? Like what's this team doing? What does their future hold? And I still think that question is valid because we understand what it is. We knew this in preseason. Saw it when the San Francisco. It's actually awesome to kind of go back and jump in the time machine. You guys remember I was in Minnesota for joint practices. Minnesota has one of the better offenses in the NFL right now. They have a pretty decent defense as well. You know, they have their moments where, you know, they got motorboated by the Dallas Cowboys, but they rebounded the next week. But it's kind of cool to jump back, being at the midway point, a little beyond that, and going back and seeing those two teams practice. And kind of that practice is pretty damn accurate in regards to where the 49ers stand now. You know, the defense was balling. Nick Bosa was a sack machine against Minnesota in those joint practices. Defense was balling. The offense was having a really hard time moving the football. I think it was 3 practices that they had. It was just not the best showing by the offense. It's funny to kind of fast forward. You know, the offense is still getting into its groove and all that type of stuff. They've had great performances, but I think the same thing still applies. They're still trying to find their groove. The scary thing that the NFL doesn't want to happen, teams like the Cowboys, teams in the NFC, they do not want the San Francisco 49ers the San Francisco 49ers offense to hit that groove, because we've seen what it can look like against teams like Arizona. And if they can consistently perform at a high level, oh boy, watch out. I'm still waiting on kind of normally Kyle Shanahan does a call with beat reporters kind of like around 1:30, around that time, where he'll discuss injuries and things like that. I don't believe that has happened yet, so I got one eye on Twitter, trying to wait and see some more official updates on potential injuries to guys like Elijah Mitchell, Spencer Burford, to name a few. So waiting to see what comes of that. Yes, the Chiefs picked up the good old Melvin Gordon. I know we were talking about this in the chat yesterday. No one wanted Melvin. I wouldn't have mind Melvin. Oh, here we go. There we go. Is this some insider? We got a conference call at 3:30. Perfect. Thank you. Beautiful information. Corey Soto says, appreciate the super chat. Corey says, I'm not saying he'll come back and replace Jimmy, but Lance is going to be reactivated this season. I just feel it. Well, that is an interesting feeling. It goes against everything. So this is Corey right now. Corey's like, now I know Kyle and John Lynch have said Trey Lance isn't coming back. Corey's like, let me put the tinfoil hat on real quick. I think Trey Lance could be back. It could be a possibility, but I don't know if it will happen. But we'll see. We will wait and see. And if it does happen, Corey called a shot, and he got it right. Yeah, we brought out the tinfoil hat. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while since we got that thing out. So, like we talked about, Melvin goes to the Chiefs. Also, Brian Edwards, who at one point looked like a promising wide receiver out of North. I think he was out of NC State, or no, he was teammates with Debo. Drafted by the Raiders, released. I think he was on the Atlanta Falcons practice squad. They released him. Chiefs added him as well. Chiefs are just adding everyone at this point. So we'll see. The Chiefs have the luxury of kind of signing whoever the hell they want. They got the pedigree at this point. Corey Soto says, yeah, but what were they thinking when Jimmy went down clutching his knee and screaming? That was a scary moment. I will not lie. I was there in the stands at Levi's Stadium. There was a couple times Jimmy Garoppolo went down and got up slowly. He got hammered a couple times. This definitely wasn't the 49ers offensive line best pass blocking performance. They definitely had a lot better performances throughout the year. I will say this. My offensive tape is 40 minutes all the way through. I'm 26 minutes through of watching the film, and we'll do the film tomorrow. But 26 minutes in, you got to give some respect to that New Orleans defense. The New Orleans defense was throwing a lot at the 49ers. They also had a phenomenal game plan in regards to really taking away inside runs. The 49ers tried to run the Trent Williams, Debo end around. Saints didn't buy it at all. They smelt it the entire way. That was that one play where Debo got tackled, I think for a loss. They didn't bite on it at all. They were ready. They were prepared. The defense for the Saints played pretty well. And they have good pieces out there for sure. But yes, if Jimmy were to go down, that would be kind of terrifying, because that would mean the 49ers are turning to good old Brock Purdy. I saw Brock Purdy live against the Chiefs. You could tell Brock Purdy was for sure in his oh boy, we got to move. Let's go. The San Francisco 49ers have signed cornerback Janoris Jenkins to the practice squad. The Jackrabbit. Oh boy, it's like Josh Norman and Drake Kirkpatrick all over again. That is per the San Francisco 49ers just now. So 49ers add cornerback depth. Is that a sign of some sort of maybe some potential issues going on with some other players? We'll see. But the Jackrabbit is now a Niner. Oh boy, I got to get this thing posted. Was not anticipating the 49ers making a roster move, but they do just that. Sign veteran Janoris Jenkins, aka the Jackrabbit, who is definitely on the back end of his career. But hey, veteran depth. I like him more so than Josh Norman on first impression. Again, I'm not going to pretend like I've been watching Janoris Jenkins clips as of late, but at one point he was decent. The 49ers have signed paste cornerback Janoris Jenkins to the practice squad per the team. All right, I got to get some posts out. So let me get this out. Okay. Sent to both Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Is there going to be more news that drops? But the 49ers add the Jackrabbit. That's nuts. Janoris Jenkins. All right, so what I haven't been looking at the tape, or I haven't been looking at the chat. What do you guys think about this move? First impression, what do you know of him? How do you feel? And I see the 2 super chats in here. I'll get to those super chats in a second. Big time squirrel popped up just right about now. So let me get another tweet out here. So we'll wait and see if there's any kind of reason for that, or if that the player was just available. Newest cornerback, Janoris Jenkins. Make sure I spelled his name correctly. Janoris Jenkins. Let's see. Yes, I did. All right. Bear with me. All right. Well, that happened. I'm trying to think. I don't believe any injuries popped up from the cornerback position, so I don't know if this was a move in that regard, but it is interesting. Nonetheless, 49ers make a roster move here. Just looking at the chat. Should have signed Dr. Disrespect, definitely. Way past his prime. It's true. It is true. He does bring a veteran presence, maybe that they are missing at this time. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what he can provide. So, again, if you're just joining the San Francisco 49ers, sign Janoris Jenkins to the practice squad. Veteran. I believe he was a former first round pick. I think. I believe. Not sure. All right. Making sure we got posts up everywhere. Yep, we do. Oh, Janoris picked Jimmy Garoppolo last year. Is that true? Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Oh, okay. So we know Janoris. He played for the Titans last year. He actually had an interception in that game. In that week 16 game, Jimmy Garoppolo threw an interception to Janoris Jenkins. Good times. Good stuff. So, hey, we'll see what comes of that. I got to post that one though. That's a good one. I got to post that one. That's a good one. That'll get the internet's stirring up, showing Jimmy getting intercepted by Janoris. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Janoris Jenkins. All right. You get to see content in real time, what it looks like. Paste, go. We did it. We posted Janoris Jenkins picking off Jimmy Garoppolo last year. I did it. It's out there. So, again, zero risk. There's no risk here. Only reward. So, I guess that's a good thing, right? Who knows? Maybe he gets snaps this year. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. Janoris Jenkins, this is from Matt Mayoko. He's appeared in 142 games with 138 starts. In his 10 seasons in the NFL, he's played with the Rams, Giants, Saints, and Titans. So, again, it's not going to be something that shatters. It's not the CMC move, right? Type roster move, but it is a move that is zero risk. And if he does perform, all reward. So I don't mind it. I like it a lot better than if it were Josh Norman. We don't want that. As long as he is a level above, hopefully multiple levels above. Good old Josh Norman. We should be okay. We should be good. What's good, Christy? Let me get to some of these super chats. Oh, this cord, that cord. I don't know which cord it is anymore. I'm losing my marbles. I can't remember which cord it is. Where is that cord? Uh-oh. Boomer Brad's back. Where do I get this link from? Chilla, save me. Where do I get the link? Oh, I think you posted it. Copy link address. Boomer Brad's acting up. This cord, that cord. Get in there. Great group chat. Play free. Play Stairway to Heaven. Please. Let's see. Oh, I can't stand Josh Norman. That was literally the one redeeming quality that he had, is that he had like 7 forced fumbles. He was like leading the NFL at one point in forced fumbles. Other than that, he was dog water. I could not stand that man. I typically don't have too many bad things to say about football players, but he was one guy that just do not appreciate his play style. I just have to say. But I'm just being honest. Not the biggest fan of Mr. Norman himself. Shout out Green Thumb Richie, says 1 month SDS strong. Jimmy took some hits late. He absolutely did take some hits late. He got rocked a couple times. For sure. I was going back watching the tape again. It wasn't the offensive line's best performance. I think it wasn't Aaron Banks' best game. There was some pressure that came from the interior, but also got to tip your cap to the guys on the other side. They clearly had a game plan, and they were executing it at a pretty solid level. So we do got to give them a little bit of credit there. So, yeah, interesting. No injury updates yet. Still waiting for that information to come out. I got one eye on the Twitter. One eye on the Twitter machine, seeing if anything else busts. So we'll see. Shout out to all the SDS members. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the SDS in general. The gang is undefeated. All right. So just to recap, get my mind back on track. 49ers just signed cornerback Janoris Jenkins, 10-year NFL vet, has a lot of experience under his belt. Most recently played for the Titans and actually picked off Jimmy Garoppolo last season. So we'll see. We'll see what he can be. But again, this is a move that is zero risk. But if he performs, all reward. So can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it one bit. So I like it. I like when the 49ers add decent practice squad players. I'd say he's decent. At the age of 34, it's crazy that 34 is like old in the NFL. I'm creeping up on 34. 34 is right around the corner for me. So by NFL standards, I'm old. All right. So I will, of course, let you guys know if anything else pops off while we are on live. Also, smash that like button if you haven't already. Do it. Let's get it in here. All right. So 49ers make a roster move. We are waiting for current injury reports. Speaking of injuries, I guess we can talk a little bit about that, about the opposing. He said, "Damn, you're old." We're the same age. Shout out my day two boy. We got to stick together. Us boomer millennials need to stick together. So we did find out today, not too long before we came on. Actually, this injury occurred yesterday, but I just came across it about an hour or two ago. The Dolphins will be without their star left tackle, Teron Armstead, with a pec strain. Doesn't sound like it'll be a season ender, but he won't be out here for the 49ers game this week. So, like we talked about, we're waiting for 49ers injury news. Does sound like Elijah Mitchell will be out a couple weeks, but it doesn't sound like we're the only team, at least in regards to the Dolphins, that got bit by the injury bug. This is a big loss. This is a big loss for the Dolphins. They had to sign someone off the streets. I forget who. I think it was like Jeremy Lamb. I don't know. To sign someone. You know, if you're adding offensive linemen off the streets in the end of November and you have an expectation that they're going to play for you, good luck, man. Good luck. Nick Bosa didn't need any more opportunities here, but Nick Bosa has 11 and a half sacks, got another sack, big sack against the Saints in, I think it was a 4th down situation. It was at the end of the game. They're trying to score in the red zone. Nick Bosa came away with his 11th and a half sack of the year. And his goal is 20 sacks. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left. Can Nick Bosa complete the 20 sack season with 6 games? He needs 8.5 sacks over 6 games. This is a good opportunity. You know, they're going to be out. You know, if you aren't familiar with Teron Armstead, he's right now the second leading vote getter at offensive tackle in the NFL behind Trent Williams in Pro Bowl voting. So he's a good tackle. He for sure is absolutely good tackle. And so that's a big loss for the Dolphins, big gain for the San Francisco 49ers. So we'll see how that comes about. What's good, SoCal? No worries being late. We're just happy that you're here. That's what we're happy for. We're waiting for this. We're waiting for that signature, like 3-4 sack game where Bosa just takes over. Now he's been dominant. He's getting chipped every play. They're sliding protection his way. He's constantly getting double teamed and held. It's not like he's not performing or anything like that. You know what I mean? So, but want to see that big Bosa game. The big body Bosa game. So this is the so far like the main injury that I've seen. We're still gonna wait for Raheem Mostert if Raheem Mostert's gonna play, because obviously Raheem Mostert has been stirring it up a little bit. Shout out to homie Raheem. Before we go into this topic, I love Raheem. Like, not only as a player, but just as a human being, I respect Raheem Mostert. Just when I was at the combine, in Indianapolis. You know, I was there with, Jordan Elliott was there with Jason Aponte, had a blast at the combine. But I remember when we were on the field and we're watching offensive line, I was doing a live from Instagram, and Raheem Mostert drops into the live and is like, "Who we're scouting?" Who are we looking at? What's the scouting report? Like, so I have personal love for him. Like, you know, what he did against the Packers in 2019, that season that he contributed to in 2019, and just the person that he is off the field. I got nothing but respect for Raheem. So I take uh I take all these types of comments that he's making with a grain of salt. Like, I didn't even report it originally when this particular tweet circulated because I couldn't read the article and it felt like there was some context kind of missing. Like, when you pull just two quotes out like this, and again, I'll read it: Dolphins 49ers next week. And this was from an interview done by Tyler Dunn, who's a great reporter. He was one of their Bleacher Reports like feature reporters. Like, he's a good reporter, and he's worked on some really big time stories and stuff like that. So I got respect for the reporter. But he goes on to say, I chatted with Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson, and they didn't hold back on their new opportunity. And he says, quote, we have way better talent here. It's going to get spooky. And then the next quote is, we have quarterback who can actually sling it, and we're getting injury reports right now. So we're going to pivot, and you're going to see me start tweeting stuff out. So the first injury report that we've gotten is Christian McCaffrey is day-to-day with knee irritation. So first report, good. Day-to-day. And as we know, Christian McCaffrey returned to the game. We'll pick up the Raheem Mostert stuff in a second, but we have injuries coming through. All right. Spencer Burford sprained right ankle, but it's a lateral sprain, so it's not a high ankle sprain. The hope is that he can return this week. Okay, two good pieces of injury news. The bad injury news is Elijah Mitchell will be out 6 to 8 weeks with the MCL sprain in his left knee. Oh, that sucks. All right. Now I got to get out here and I got to post like a crazy person. So I'll kind of speak about it as I'm typing and things like that. But to recap, Christian McCaffrey will be day to day with knee irritation, and also Spencer Burford will be day to day, or not day to day, but he could return this week with a ankle sprain. But Elijah Mitchell does appear to be out 6 to 8 weeks with the MCL sprain. So that's a big blow for Elijah, who was just getting back into the mix. Definitely tough to hear that for Elijah. So that means won't be surprised if the San Francisco 49ers add more running back depth if they can. Again, Melvin Gordon just signed with the Chiefs today. But looks like Jordan Mason is going to take on a much bigger role. All right, now I got to get some of this out. 49ers running back Elijah Mitchell will miss 6 to 8 weeks with an MCL sprain per rap sheet, or not rap sheet, Adam Schefter. I want to make sure I got that correct. They're just calling it a knee injury, so I'll call it a knee injury. Okay, with a knee injury. All right, I got a couple of these updates to get out, so bear with me. This is going to be the update episode, I guess, where you watch me post Injury updates. Man, what a huge loss. That's basically he's done for the year. I mean, lucky to get if the 49ers are making the playoffs. No injury to Jimmy Garoppolo. They say he did make it out okay. Just a little sore. So no injuries there. 49ers running back McCaffrey is day to day with knee irritation per reports. I have no idea who had it first. All right. And one more. We're going to do Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford, though. So, obviously, outside of the Elijah Mitchell news, seems like the 49ers escaped with Christian McCaffrey and Spencer Burford, but unfortunately take a big blow with Elijah Mitchell. It did sound like it wasn't going to be that serious when they talked about it in the post game, but clearly once they got in there, definitely a little bit more serious than originally thought. So that's definitely tough. And now I have to try and find a photo of Spencer Burford. Don't have too many offensive line photos, but give me one. I have so many photos. It's unbelievable. All right. And again, I apologize as I am doing post updates while on live. I know it doesn't make for the best viewing experience, but want to get these updates out, and then we'll do a little bit more in-depth conversation talking about this. Damn, I really can't find Spencer Burford photo. All right. '49ers. All right, one last post, and we'll get through it. I promise. Thank you all for your patience as we get these out. Update. All right, 49ers. Line Spencer Burford is dealing with an ankle injury, but could be available to play this week per reports. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Twitter fired off, and now we're going to go to always fun doing lives and having a bunch of updates come through. All right. We made it. Oh boy, we made it. All right. So again, not the best injury news for Elijah Mitchell. Um, but the 49ers do have some backup potential here with, of course, Jordan Mason is going to have a much bigger role. Tevin Coleman is on the practice squad, so they'll be able to lean on Tevin Coleman as well. Um, but I do imagine that they also either bring in other running backs for a tryout. I imagine they got to add someone because Elijah's going to be done for the rest of the year, I imagine, and that's definitely tough. So, and just to recap, Elijah Mitchell out 6 to 8 weeks with a knee injury. Christian McCaffrey is day to day with knee irritation, and Spencer Burford is dealing with an ankle injury, but could potentially be available to play this week. So those are the 3 injury reports to come out just now via Kyle Shanahan's press conference. So, and as you know, the 49ers also signed Janoris Jenkins right before that news came out. So we'll see what happens here. Yes, thank you. And of course, Ty Davis Price. And I imagine Ty Davis Price will definitely be active and definitely be up. It's probably going to be CMC, TDP, and JP. What is his JP? What is his? Oh man, I'm blanking on it. They both have like, what is it called? Acronyms. Anyways, the boys will be back. And yes, I do agree with that, Callie, that Mitchell will be back for the playoffs, which is a good thing, I guess, right? That we do anticipate Elijah Mitchell can be back for the playoffs, but definitely seems like he's done for the season. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. We got JPM, CMC, TDP. All right. So let me try to get some of these super chats. I think I missed a couple. Let's start with Money Mark. We're now a CMC injury away from not being a Super Bowl contender anymore. Never liked the Wilson trade. Shaking my head. Hashtag SDS. I mean, yeah, it's definitely going, but also too, I think an important piece of the context with the Jeff Wilson trade, of course, keeping Jeff Wilson would have definitely been ideal, especially with how he had been running and how he's been playing this year and how he's playing for the Dolphins. So, yes, I get it. It definitely would be ideal. But the most important context to come away from the Jeff Wilson trade is that Jeff Wilson requested the trade. He had went to John Lynch and requested that he would be traded. Clearly, he understood what the Christian McCaffrey trade meant for him. He is a free agent this year. And you would imagine with Christian McCaffrey, we've seen how, it was tough to get Elijah Mitchell on the field. If you have Jeff Wilson, and they're all healthy, let's say, that could hurt and diminish Jeff Wilson's potential ability to sign a contract after this year. So the 49ers did right by Jeff Wilson. They trade Jeff Wilson to the Dolphins. But of course, hindsight being what it is, you would love to have Jeff Wilson in the building, but, he wanted more opportunities, and the 49ers granted him those opportunities. So it's one of the casualties of trading for Christian McCaffrey is that Jeff wanted to be traded. So I do give credit to the 49ers for acquiescing and fulfilling the need, and they got a 5th round draft pick out of it. Right now it would be great to have Jeff Wilson, but I think they're going to be all right. Jordan Mason is going to get a lot of opportunities, and I think he deserves those opportunities. He's pretty dang good. Corey Soto with the super chat. Again, shout out Money Mark for the super chat. Shout out Corey Soto. Shout out to everyone sending super chats. Shout out to everyone who's commenting, all that good stuff, liking the video. We appreciate you guys. Corey Soto says, don't get me wrong. CMC has looked awesome at times, but injured already and is averaging 4 yards a carry, ranked 20th in the league with Kyle Shanahan, no less. So I'll speak to that a little bit. Again, when I'm watching this running game or lack thereof, you might say, it starts up front. It starts with the offensive line. It starts with, these defenses kind of having figured out the 49ers run game a little bit, especially the gap scheme stuff. Against that game just yesterday against the New Orleans Saints, the 49ers weren't able to run the ball because the Saints were plugging gaps, filling holes. They anticipated what was coming. So I don't put that necessarily on CMC. CMC can't do anything if a hole isn't there. So I still believe it starts up front. And, it's a combination of Kyle understanding what defenses are keying on and calling the right play based on what the keys are. Obviously, you don't want Christian McCaffrey to be dinged up at all. But again, it's football. Things are going to happen. People are going to get potentially injured and things like that. So we'll, thankfully, he's not hurt seriously. Knock on all the wood. But hey, we've been here before. We've seen what it looks like to have a diminished running back room. Bruce says, "Is Devontae Booker available? Would love him." That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad idea. I think was Booker last with the Giants. Or was he last with the Raiders? But yeah, Devontae Booker is kind of head nose, runs behind his pads. I thought he was going to be pretty damn good coming out. For sure, he had his moments coming out of Utah, but never really kind of flourished like I thought he would. But he wouldn't be a terrible addition. But yeah, I do imagine that the 49ers are going to add someone to at least the practice squad. And if Devontae Booker is available, he could be that guy. For sure. Let's see here. Must be nice to go to every Niner home game, Brad. I'm jealous. Love the streams and the Niner news every day on Instagram. Shout out my guy. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you tapping in. I do enjoy going to those 49er games. It is a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Better question is, why do we play down to opponents, can blow out good teams, but struggle against the bad teams? It's been a weird year in the NFL for sure. But, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that question. Because it comes down to execution, things like that. Matchups, what have you. So, although the Elijah Mitchell injury does suck, I do think the 49ers, again, barring any further injuries to Christian McCaffrey is going to be a huge piece. Again, don't forget Deebo Samuel is also break in case of emergency running back as well. Although he hasn't been as effective on the ground this season, he's still someone that has played that role before. So if the 49ers do need to lean on Debo Samuel to get a couple more carries, could potentially happen. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But ultimately, you know, injuries happen. It's a part of the game. Feels like it happens to the 49ers more than anyone else. I don't know what to attribute that to. Um, we're only going to be able to speculate about that for a long time, because without being in that building, without knowing what goes into the day to day, to be able to potentially attribute it to practice habits, routine care, things like that. It's just we already know the NFL is 100% guaranteed sport, and there's a lot of luck that comes along with it. So sometimes you just got to be lucky, and it feels like right now the 49ers are one of the most unlucky teams in regards to injuries, and it's the way it is as of right now. So we'll see. We'll see what the 49ers do, who they turn to uh, in these coming days, as you know, I imagine they will. They will add someone, but we're gonna have to find out. Definitely thinking of Elijah Mitchell. Again, he just got back to action. We just got him back for the year, and he goes out again. So I feel for Elijah. Elijah Mitchell's a great kid, hard runner, great member of the 49ers team. So it's just unfortunate that at this point in his career, he's been banged up quite a bit, and it looks like he will only be active for potentially, what is it, 4 games this year. So definitely sucks a little bit. Uh, oh man. So we'll see. TDP, JPM, and CMC for the rest of the year. Thankfully, I got a lot of faith in Jordan Mason. So I think Jordan Mason is going to be a guy that the 49ers can lean on in this situation for sure. So not the best, not the worst. We can move off the injury stuff. We've covered it pretty well. I was talking about this whole situation with Raheem, about these comments. Raheem called it clickbait, said not once did I dog Jimmy G in my interview. Did I praise our quarterback one? Hell yeah, I did. But I also threw out compliments to my former quarterback. But hey, let's leave that part out. And I think Debo kind of sparked it up a little bit by tweeting out this morning, Raheem, be real with yourself. So definitely, I would say I wasn't going to really talk about the Raheem stuff too much until Raheem tweeted about it, and then Debo tweeted about it. So, hey, we got some drama heading into this week. So that's definitely something we'll be monitoring. King Geo says we took TDP over Kobe and we don't even use him. Shaking my head. Also, my draft crush, Rashad White. So, like, I had a real draft crush on Rashad White. I think Rashad White was taken a pick before the 49ers, either a pick or like a couple picks right before the 49ers took TDP. In my brain, I want to believe that if the Bucks didn't take Rashad White, that the 49ers were going to take Rashad White. I just really felt that Rashad would have been a great piece for the 49ers. And he's balling out right now for the Bucks, and we'll see Rashad White in week 14. But yeah, I wanted Rashad White bad coming out of ASU. And again, I thought the 49ers had a shot. To TDP. So let's see. Where's TDP? Danny Gray was taken at 105. Okay, Rashad White went 2 picks before. Rashad White went 91. 49ers went Ty Davis Price at 93 over guys like Nick Cross, Kirby Joseph, Brian Robinson, David Bell, Myjai Sanders, Leo Chanel, and then of course they landed on Danny Gray at 105 as well. But in my head, I believed that they were going to take Rashad White. That would have been fun. But I also like Jordan Mason, and TDP still has something to prove. And all that good stuff. But again, a lot of the talk today has been about the defense. The defense has been lights out. The last time that the New Orleans Saints got shut out in a game was in 2001. So it's been a long time. And so the 49ers defense is playing at a historic level right now. And so I think as we stand, we're going to have to rely on that 49ers defense, just like in 2019. 2019 was a lot of the same, where that defense was definitely relied on to help keep the 49ers in games and win games. I also imagine it's going to be a lot of the same with this season. Obviously, we're waiting for the 49ers to kind of click into gear offensively more consistently than anything else. That's my thing with the Niners offense. Can they do it consistently? I believe they can, but we are waiting for that. We're waiting for that opportunity where we can see this offensive line gel and work in consistent rhythm, um, which will propel them ultimately to being one of the best offenses in the league. So definitely looking forward to that. But again, big shout out to the defense in this game. Pro Bowl voting is in. These were the top 3 vote getters at their position. Kyle Juszczyk with the most with 78,000. Nick Bosa first in regards to DNs with 72,000. And Trent Williams first in voting with 30,000. So much better for Trent Williams, who was basically like 8th for almost the majority of the Pro Bowl voting. Here's the full list. You can kind of see the ranks and where everyone else falls. Christian McCaffrey, running back 4. George Kittle, tight end 4. Talanoa Hufanga, safety 8. Fred Warner, inside linebacker 9. I think that's probably one of the most egregious things from the Pro Bowl voting. Again, Pro Bowls are cool, but we want rings. So the hope is that we could give 2 craps about the Pro Bowl, and we're playing in February. That's what we're hoping for. But still, the disrespect to Fred Warner's too damn high at this point. So being voted as inside linebacker 9 is ridiculous because he's probably the best. He is the best linebacker in the NFL at this time. So, but again, Pro Bowl, who cares? Dabby Hyenas says, how are we under 100 likes? Like it up, SDS. You know the vibes. Smash that like button. Of course, we genuinely appreciate it. All the engagement, all the comments, all the super chats. You guys are the best. And I think we came into this live with a little bit higher vibes. I do think the Elijah Mitchell injury caught me off guard a little bit. I was hoping for more of a 2 to 4 week timeline for Elijah Mitchell, but again, the 6 to 8 weeks that knocks him out of the year, most likely. So that is definitely difficult. And then again, it forces the questions of who are they going to add? They're going to have to add another running back, things like that. So that is the crappy news from today about Elijah Mitchell. Better news for CMC and Burford, who look like they both could potentially return this week. So that's good. That is good. But definitely feeling for Elijah Mitchell, man. Just his whole year has been derailed by injuries. So that's always just absolutely tough when that stuff occurs. So you hate to see it. You never want to see that stuff. You never want to see it. I don't ever want to see injuries occur to any players, but of course, always hurts a little bit more when it happens to the team that you root for and are definitely relying on guys to ball out. Damn, we've had Raheem Mostert in the chat, and now we got Sean McVay in the chat. The SDS is popular, man. SDS is popular. JC says Warner's definitely playing elite right now, but a month ago he was getting dragged all over the field. I'm glad he tightened up. Yeah, he was. I think at one point, Greenlaw was kind of outplaying him there a little bit. But definitely Fred Warner is playing at an elite level right now. He definitely looks, smells like the best linebacker in the league right now. Oh yeah, we're out here. We got all your favorite rivals in the chat. We got McVay, we got Mostert, we got Cup, we got Cooper Cup in here. Man, look at us. Look at us, all the rivals. One of the things that I've learned is typically you like measure success by like how many people like sing your praises and are like, wow, look at all that's one way to measure success, but I've also learned another way to measure success is how many haters you got and like how closely those haters pay attention to you. The haters will pay attention to you more so than your biggest fans. And that's the hilarious part about it. Like, we got great fans out here and we got great SDS members, but I guarantee you the people that hate me the most, they're watching right now. They're watching right now, just like fuming at this ginger beard talking about the 49ers. How dare this ginger talk about the 49ers? What the heck? Yeah. Suck it. Anyways, shout out to all the rivals in here. Shout out to all the lurkers watching. Good to see you guys. But you know how it goes. We vibing. Ain't no one stopping this train. We out here. So, again, not the best news, not the greatest news, but at least we're not the Rams, right? Silver lining, we're not the Rams. Because the Rams, put a fork in them. They're done. Rams are done. Arizona looks cooked. And the Seattle Seahawks just lost to the Raiders last week. So good for the San Francisco 49ers. Sole ownership of first place in the NFC West by a game and a half. Good stuff, man. Seahawks can't own us when we obliterated them week 2. It's not how it works. It's not like how the 49ers own the Rams. It's not the same. The 49ers own the Rams. They are like, yes, we own them. And sweep them every single year. Yeah, done. But it is what it is. I agree. Why are we talking about the Rams? No, like they offer nothing. They're literally one of the worst teams in the NFL. So we're not going to talk about them. We talk to winners. We talk about winners like the 49ers. Oh, good stuff. Great stuff. And you know how it goes. We're past an hour, so we're officially off the rails. So anything goes. This is where the craziest things happen in the streams. I did want to do like a little unboxing. I don't know if it's unboxing if it's not in a box. But shout out to my guy, 49ers for sale. You could find him on Instagram. Bro sends me all the pins. I have all the pins. This dude blesses me like weekly with pins, and they're dope. So I figured I would open it. I have no idea which one this is. So let's find out. Very exciting stuff here. Oh, we got the CMC pin. See, can you see that? We got the Christian McCaffrey pin. Oh, there's another one. Ooh. We got the captain's patch pin. That's nice. It's the first time we've done one of these, so shout out my boy. I might as well. You could pause, take a little picture of the QR code. But I'm telling you, dude, this dude's got me like laced in pins, man. Like he gets me every time. Like I have all of them. There's like 30 more over here. But we got the captain's patch. This one's actually sick. I like that a lot. And we got the CMC. So shout out my guy at 49ers for sale. Feel free to shoot him a follow. This is the CMC pin, if it will focus. Ooh. I don't know if it will, though. Oh, focus. CMC catches it, scores. Oh. Hey, you know. And they come with little stickers too. So that's cool. Ooh, might have to. I got so many. Might have to. I still got DJ's hat in this box over here because I don't know. I don't know why I am the way I am, but it's there. It needs to go out. I can't wait to see DJ in about 5 days so he could send me a super chat and yell at me to send him his hat. It's right there, I promise. It will get there eventually. But hey, we're past that time. I got to do this too. I'm behind on a lot of stuff this year. I'm slacking. Remember, roast me. Just keep roasting me. I'm here for it. Especially on the merch stuff. I'm like sitting. I literally crap you not. I'm sitting on like 5 merch designs that I just haven't published, but we'll get to it. Hey, I welcome it. I welcome it. I need some peer pressure every once in a while. Brad, don't know yet, Graham. Banger. That's a banger right there. So don't know yet, but we'll find out 100%. Appreciate it, you guys, as always, tapping in. We'll do the film tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. We'll kind of come back and look at the good, not so good. If you want to buy the pins, hit pause and just take a picture of the QR code. Should probably put you in the right spot. And he's on Instagram. So try that out. 49ers for sale on Instagram. Literally 49ers, the number 4 sale is his at. So shout out to my homie. Hey, if you want to let him know I sent you, all good. Grab your cookies on the way out. And of course, Chili holding down the Discord. So after this chat ends, you can hop in there and keep it rolling. Appreciate all you guys, as always, for tapping in. We're out of here. Smash that like button on your way out. Film tomorrow. All that good stuff. Happy Victory Monday to you all. Hope you have a blessed rest of your Monday. And we'll get into more 49ers football on Tuesday. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to